There's a truth no one tells you about intense connections. Not every relationship that consumes you from the inside out is your true twin flame. In fact, you might be living the greatest spiritual illusion of your life right now. If you feel like you're giving absolutely everything, pouring every drop of your emotional energy, and getting crumbs in return, pay close attention to what I'm about to reveal. What you call a deep connection might actually be an energetic trap designed to keep you stuck in an endless cycle. And the scariest part? You might be the one feeding that prison with your own hands, believing you're fighting for the love of your life. The deepest pain you feel doesn't come from the runner who avoids you, or from the endless separations that tear you apart inside. That pain, as heartbreaking as it is, isn't the worst part of the story. The real suffering is happening silently, invisibly to your eyes. It's the false twin flame stealing your vital energy right now, this very moment, as you read these words. They operate like a sophisticated emotional vampire, one that not only drains you but convinces you that this exhaustion is part of your spiritual journey. Have you noticed how your life has grown smaller since this person appeared? How your dreams have shrunk, your light has dimmed, and you've become a faded version of who you truly are. But here's the turning point: there's a false twin flame test that can set you free from this prison today. I'm going to show you the 3 warning signs that reveal whether you're dealing with your true twin flame or a karmic disguised as one. These twin flame warning signs are precise, almost scientific at the energetic level, and impossible to fake. Get ready, because what you're about to discover in the next few minutes could completely change the course of your spiritual life. The question is, are you ready to face the truth, even if it hurts more than staying in the illusion? Here's the secret false spiritual teachers will never tell you: the false twin flame is energetically designed to create an emotional addiction as powerful as any chemical substance. You know that feeling when you can't stop thinking about them, even when you know you should? That's not true love, that's energy trapping at its most sophisticated level. The false twin works like a drug that gives you small doses of euphoria followed by long, painful periods of withdrawal, keeping you constantly waiting for the next hit. And the more you suffer, the more you believe that this deep pain is proof that the connection is real, profound, and meant to be. It's a vicious cycle where pain becomes the very fuel of your own imprisonment. The false twin has a specific purpose in your spiritual path, but it's not what you think. They didn't come to complete you, uplift you, or walk beside you on your path to awareness. Their role is brutal and straightforward: to trap you in an endless loop of suffering so that you never reach your true twin flame. Think of them as a dark guardian, an energetic barrier that keeps you too busy hurting to see who is truly meant to stand beside you. While you're stuck in this cycle of hope and disappointment, investing years of your life in a connection that never evolves, time passes, and you drift further from your real purpose. It's like running on a treadmill: you sweat, you struggle, you exhaust yourself, but you stay in exactly the same place. Now comes the part that gives your power back. There's a simple yet deeply revealing test you can do right now to know whether you're free or being drained of your life force. In the next few moments, I'll show you the 3 hidden forms of imprisonment the false twin uses to keep you captive. Each of these traps follows a specific pattern, and once you learn to identify them, it's like a veil falls from your eyes. The energy drain you feel is not a coincidence, not part of the process, and definitely not what a true connection should cause. Are you ready to find out whether you're in a golden prison, or in a real, divine connection? What you're about to receive isn't vague theory or another generic spiritual message that leaves you with more questions than answers. These are 3 practical tools, 3 tests that work like an X-ray for your connection, showing exactly where your energy is being stolen. Each of these traps has clear signs and specific behaviors that you can recognize in your relationship right now. And most importantly, each trap comes with a simple test you can do today, right now, without depending on anyone else to validate your experience. These are the twin flame warning signs that separate illusion from reality, the false from the true. I'm going to guide you through each of these 3 forms of energetic imprisonment with the depth this topic deserves. I won't hold back, and I won't sugarcoat the truth, because your freedom is worth more than any temporary comfort that illusion can offer. You'll learn how to distinguish addiction to pain from real connection, purpose theft from mutual growth, and stagnation disguised as a spiritual journey from true evolution. By the end, you'll have the complete false twin flame test in your hands, the one that leaves no room for self-deception or false hope. The time has come to find out whether you're building a future or feeding a prison. Before we dive deep into these revelations, there's one thing you need to understand: the truth may hurt at first, but that pain is what sets you free. The pain of illusion keeps you trapped forever, the pain of truth liberates you for good. So take a deep breath, open your heart to what's coming, and prepare yourself for the most important test of your spiritual journey. The first trap I'm going to reveal is so common that it's probably happening to you right now, and yet so subtle that you might have spent years without realizing it. Shall we begin? Trap 1, the sign of addiction to pain. The first trap is the most addictive of all, and it works like an emotional roller coaster that never stops. Pay close attention. The relationship with him only comes alive, only feels intense and real when there's drama, crisis, or conflict in the air. It's as if the connection needs negative adrenaline to exist. Outside of those explosive moments, he becomes cold, distant, almost non-existent in your life. Have you noticed that? During peaceful periods, he disappears, doesn't reach out, acts like you don't exist. But the moment there's tension, an argument, or emotional chaos, he comes back with full intensity, making you believe once again that the connection is strong and genuine. This pattern creates something dangerous within your nervous system. You start associating love with suffering, connection with chaos, and intensity with toxicity. Your body literally becomes addicted to the rush of cortisol and adrenaline that these moments produce. It's as if you need the drama to feel alive, to feel like he cares. Think of someone who only feels their partner's presence when they're fighting. That's not love, that's emotional chemical dependency. The false twin flame uses this trap because he knows you'll keep chasing that intensity, even if it's wrapped in pain. And the more you chase it, the more energy he drains from you, the more hollow you feel inside. Now comes the test that reveals everything, the absolute peace test. Here's the challenge: can you go 7 full days in complete peace about this connection, without him showing up to create new drama? 7 days where you don't obsessively think about him, don't check if he's online, don't wait for a message, don't make up stories in your mind. If during those 7 days of inner peace he doesn't appear naturally, gently, constructively, you have your answer. If the only way to trigger him, to make him show interest or fight for the relationship, is through chaos, arguments, or emotional explosions, then you're trapped in this cycle. The true twin flame flourishes in peace, lightness, and mutual growth. The false one only appears in chaos, because chaos is his fuel. I lived this myself years ago, and I can tell you how devastating it is. I had a connection that only worked when we were in the middle of an emotional storm. During the rare moments when my life was flowing smoothly, he would just vanish, as if I didn't exist. But the moment I went through something hard or stirred up some conflict, he would come back full of passion, making me feel seen, important, loved. It took me months to realize I was addicted to that pain, to that roller coaster. When I finally did the absolute peace test, the truth hit me like a punch: he couldn't exist in my life without the fuel of drama. And I realized I was using my own life force to keep alive a connection that was slowly destroying me. This addiction to pain is so subtle that you can live in it for years without noticing. You rationalize it, telling yourself that intense relationships are like this, that true love faces storms. But here's the raw truth: storms happen, yes, but they pass, and then comes the sun. If your relationship only exists in the storm, if peace feels like abandonment or coldness, then you're not in a twin flame journey, you're caught in an energy drain trap. How many times have you picked a fight just to feel him close? How many crises have you unconsciously created because you've learned that's the only way he shows he cares? That's the trap in full force, keeping you too busy suffering to realize you deserve far more than crumbs of attention wrapped in chaos. Trap 2, the theft of purpose. The second trap is even more dangerous because it works slowly, like an invisible poison that corrodes your dreams without you realizing it. Take a moment to look at your life honestly. Since this person appeared, have your career, your personal projects, and your dreams been growing or shrinking? The answer to that question is the most accurate thermometer for the true nature of your connection. If you notice that your life has become smaller, that your goals have been indefinitely postponed, that the bright, purpose-driven version of yourself has dimmed, then you are being robbed. The false twin flame operates like an energetic black hole. He doesn't lift you up, he pulls you down, making you believe your purpose is to heal him, save him, or fix the connection. This trap is cruel because it makes you feel noble, spiritual, evolved. You start channeling all your vital energy into him, trying to understand his blocks, heal his wounds, waiting for him to awaken. Meanwhile, your own dreams fade into the background, your light grows dimmer, and you become a shadow of who you truly are. Have you noticed how you talk less about your projects since he showed up? How that course you were going to take got postponed? How that business you wanted to start became just a distant idea? That's not a coincidence. The energy trapping mechanism works exactly like this. It convinces you that investing in yourself is selfish, and that true love means sacrificing yourself for someone else. But here's the truth, a real twin flame expands you, uplifts you, makes you shine brighter, even during separation. Now comes the second test, and this one never lies, the inverted mirror test. Grab a piece of paper and a pen right now, and try to list 3 meaningful achievements you've accomplished on your own in the last 3 months. You can't include things like, I survived the separation, or, I learned to deal with the pain. I mean real, tangible accomplishments, a finished project, a promotion, a completed course, a personal goal achieved, something that shows you're evolving as an individual. If you struggle to list these 3 achievements, or if you realize your biggest victories in recent months were about him, he texted me, we had a good moment, he showed he cares, then the false twin is draining your purpose. Your energy is being funneled into sustaining a stagnant connection instead of building the extraordinary life you came here to live. Let me tell you about Marina, a client I worked with 2 years ago. She was a talented architect, had just been promoted, and was planning to open her own studio. Then he appeared. The twin flame connection was so intense that Marina began to dedicate more and more of her time and energy to aligning the relationship. 6 months later, she had turned down the promotion because she wasn't in the right headspace for more responsibility, postponed her dream of opening her studio indefinitely, and spent her days analyzing every message, every move, every sign from him. When I asked her to do the inverted mirror test, she started to cry. She couldn't list a single significant personal achievement. All her energy was being drained by a connection that led nowhere. The saddest part is that you probably didn't even notice when this started. It was gradual, subtle, disguised as, my priorities changed, or, I'm focusing on my spiritual growth. But true spiritual growth makes you bigger, not smaller. It makes you more productive, not paralyzed. It gives you energy to conquer the world, not leave you too exhausted to get out of bed. If you feel like you're using your life force to heal, understand, or chase someone while your own life is on standby, it's time to wake up. The false twin flame feeds on your unrealized potential. Every dream you postpone is more energy he steals. Every project you abandon is more power you hand over willingly. And the worst part? You do it thinking you're being loyal to the connection, when in reality, you're being unfaithful to yourself. Trap 3, the sign of non-evolution. We've reached the third and most definitive trap, the one that leaves no room for doubt or self-deception. This is the final proof, the test that forever separates the true twin flame from the disguised karmic connection. Ask yourself one brutal question: how many months or years have you been stuck in the exact same cycle? Runner and chaser. Anxiety and hope. Separation and false reunions. Broken promises and repeated disappointments. It's like watching the same movie for the 100th time, expecting the ending to magically change. 6 months, a year, 2 years, maybe more, living the same story in different disguises. He disappears, you suffer. He returns, you get your hopes up. He promises change, nothing changes. And you stay there, stagnant, frozen in time, while life moves on and you remain in the same emotional and spiritual place. Stagnation is the clearest sign that you're dealing with a false twin flame, because that's exactly his function, to keep you stuck. While you're busy decoding signs, waiting for moves, analyzing every crumb of attention he gives you, time passes and you don't evolve even a millimeter. Think about it, if today you still feel the same anguish, fears, and insecurities you felt on the very first day of separation, something is deeply wrong. A true twin flame journey transforms you profoundly, even through pain. You become stronger, wiser, more whole with each cycle. But with a false twin, you only become more exhausted, more confused, more fragmented. It's like running on an endless treadmill, you spend all your energy but never move forward. The third test is the most revealing of all, the spiritual evolution test. Answer with absolute honesty, are you more healed, more empowered, more complete now than you were on the first day of this separation? I'm not talking about fleeting moments where you felt a spark of hope or had an insight. I'm talking about your essence, your being as a whole. Are you more whole or more broken? More confident or more insecure? More connected to your purpose or more lost? If the answer is that you feel worse, weaker, more dependent on this connection to feel complete, then you have your final confirmation. The true twin flame, even in distance, even in the most painful separation, accelerates your healing and evolution. The false twin flame ensures your stagnation and deterioration. I recently spoke with a woman named Beatrice, who had been on her twin flame journey for 3 years. 3 years of the same cycle, he would show up saying he was ready, they'd spend a few weeks together, and then he'd disappear again, claiming he wasn't prepared. And it would all start over. When I asked if she was better now than 3 years ago, she stayed silent for a long time. Then she said something that broke my heart, I'm worse. Much worse. I lost my self-esteem, my peace, my joy. I don't recognize myself anymore. That was her awakening. She finally understood she wasn't on a journey of evolution but trapped in a prison of repetition. The false twin flame had fulfilled his purpose, keeping her busy, drained, and stagnant for years. The hardest truth you need to hear is this: if nothing has changed in months or years, nothing ever will. That's the nature of the false twin, he isn't programmed to evolve with you but to keep you trapped in an endless loop. You can wait 6 more months, a year, 5 years, the story will be exactly the same, because that's his role in your path. He didn't come to complete you, he came to test you, to see if you're strong enough to choose yourself over illusion. Every day you remain trapped in this cycle is one less day of your real life, your true mission, your genuine union. The question is no longer, is he my twin flame? The real question now is, how much more of my life am I willing to waste waiting for someone who will never be ready? Now you have in your hands the complete false twin flame test, the 3 tools that reveal the truth without mercy. Let's quickly recap what you've just learned, because this clarity can literally save years of your life. First, the absolute peace test showed whether your connection only exists in drama and chaos. Second, the inverted mirror test revealed if you've been growing or shrinking since he came into your life. Third, the spiritual evolution test confirmed whether you're more healed or more broken than you were at the beginning of this journey. If you failed any of these tests, you have a clear verdict: you're trapped in an energy drain, not in a true twin flame connection. And here's the crucial part you can't ignore: knowing the truth is not enough. Many people discover they're stuck with a false twin flame, yet they stay there, feeding the illusion, hoping things will magically change. They know they're being energetically drained but prefer the familiar pain over the courage it takes to break free. If you recognize the twin flame warning signs I shared, if you realized you've been dealing with a karmic connection instead of your true twin, you need to act now. Every day you stay trapped in that illusion means more of your vital energy drained, more time wasted, and more distance between you and your real union. Freedom is within your reach right now, but it requires a conscious decision from you. You must choose whether to remain in the comfortable prison of illusion or take the brave step toward your true journey. The tests don't lie, the signs are all there, and now you have the knowledge to make your choice. But knowledge without action is just empty information. So I ask you, are you ready to break free from this trap now, or how much longer will you wait before making the decision your heart already knows you need to make? The answer is within you, and only you can take that step. Knowing the truth about the false twin flame is only the beginning of your real journey, not the end of it. You've just gone through the diagnosis, identified the traps, completed the tests, and gained clarity about where you stand. But there's probably one question echoing in your mind right now. Now what? How do I truly free myself? How do I make sure this never happens again? And most importantly, how do I find and recognize my real twin flame? The answer to all these questions lies in the final lesson, the one that ends the cycle of suffering and opens the doors to real union. That's what I want to talk to you about now. There's a special masterclass I created called, The One Final Twin Flame Lesson Keeping Him Away, End Separation Now, and it's the essential complement to everything you've just learned. In this full training, I reveal the Omega 18 protocol, which shows you exactly how to break the energetic cords with your false twin, how to protect yourself from ever falling into that trap again, and most importantly, how to align your frequency to attract and recognize your true counterpart. This is no longer theory, no more tests, it's the practical step-by-step path to move from imprisonment to freedom. Click the link below in the description and watch the Omega 18 Masterclass right now to secure your freedom and prepare the path for your true union. Your journey doesn't end here, it's just truly beginning. You've already taken the first brave step by seeking the truth, taking the tests, and facing your reality with honesty. Now take the second step, apply the knowledge that will set you free once and for all. The Omega 18 Masterclass is waiting for you, and I promise that what you'll discover there will completely transform your understanding of twin flames, true connections, and your spiritual purpose. Don't put it off. Don't wait any longer. Your freedom and your true union are on the other side of this decision. Click now, watch the masterclass, and take the final step toward the life you truly deserve to live. I'll be waiting for you there.